Alright, y'all, I've been having, I don't want to say anything when it happened. I kind of wanted to wait a couple of days, but I'm gonna have to say something, you know. Lowrider problems part 2. Sorry if I got any boogers up my nose. Fuck, man. Lowriders problems part 2. Okay, guys, something crazy happened the other night. My trunk caught on fire. Not my whole trunk. There's a little fire in my trunk, and 2 wires burnt up. Lowrider problems, okay, and luckily I have a fire extinguisher on hand, but I didn't need it. I went back there, I saw a little flame. First of all, I saw smoke everywhere. Luckily I pulled over into like a discreet area in a park, and I went back there and blew out the fucking, it was a little light, and I blew it out, man, and I was dizzy because of the smoke and shit, and just scared as all hell. But 2 wires burnt up. The wire from the motor, and one of the wires on my batteries, which was the audio wire. Okay, the other 2 wires were welding wire, and the one that was the cheap one burnt up. So yeah, man. And you know what, I was contemplating on saying something, you know, maybe I could just hide it, you know, or I can tell people, maybe help somebody, you know, help somebody from my stupid mistakes. But they're my stupid mistakes, okay? I made them myself. And you can say whatever you want in the comments. Oh, you should do this, you should have done this, you should have done that. Fuck you, you know? I mean, if your intentions is good, that's cool, but otherwise, you don't act like you've never made a mistake in your life. Don't act like you never made a shortcut, you know? Don't act like you're better than me, because we're both the same, okay? We both make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes, okay? But let me just show you my problems. The first one is the solenoids. I'm about to pick up the solenoids. The ones that he put on were kind of crap. They were crappy, okay? And I'm switching them out for good ones, and I'm going to show you. And then I got to switch out those wires. He used 4-gauge wire. I want to go with the bigger wire, 0 or 2-gauge wire for my hydraulics. And I got to get a new motor up, and I bought it. It's $140. I bought a new motor for my pump, and it's on its way tomorrow. So new motor, new solenoids, and the little connectors, right, to the solenoids. And what else? And I got to get new wires. So, all right, guys. What happened was I was downtown where I live, and I was acting a clown, right? I was feeling myself, hitting switches like crazy, hopping. I mean, the most I've ever hit switches was that night. And I was hopping and stuff and just having a blast. I was having a great time. And the middle switch, the one that flips both sides, got stuck in the up position. It was stuck up. You know how everybody says to tap on the switches? To tap, tap, tap? It was stuck up, and I didn't hear it or notice because my music was loud, and I was jamming out, just feeling myself, man. And luckily I wasn't at a light. Luckily I was on my way out of downtown into a park, and I started smelling fire, you know, smoke, and I know what it's like to burn up wires for audio, car audio, right? And that smell is familiar. Then the smoke, it became crazy. It came up to the front. First I thought it was in the engine. It was in the back, but luckily it was a little fire, okay, guys. So that's what happened. I think that's pretty much why it happened. It was stuck because I looked down and I was like, oh fuck, it's stuck, and it wouldn't come up anymore, right? My switches didn't work. It could go down, but it did not work anymore, and I was like, fuck. And I blew it out, blew the candle out, blew the light out, took my ass back home, and I said, fuck, I'm lucky enough to still drive. And I drove back home, and the next morning, that's when I found out that the wire to the motor burnt up, and how it was connected, the motor has a connection. That connection fell off, and that's what was on fire. That connection burnt up and fell off, kind of like a positive part on the battery, and it just burnt up and just fell off. It just popped off. So, and one of the wires on the batteries burnt up, and yeah, all right, a new one. And pretty much these are what I was looking for, right? And this is the old one. And what the guy did, he just put two nuts together, right, and just welded them together, and it kind of burnt the ends here, so it wasn't really connected. It was burnt up at the ends, and yeah, man. So you see it. I'm excited to see the difference. Supposedly, I'm supposed to untighten these and make the connection tight. You know, make it so where they're all connected. It's got a good grip on it. But yeah, now I just gotta switch these with these. So there's the old one, man. I don't think that connection was any good. It's all burnt up in there. And I heard that you can hear it shaking, that it's bad. So, but I didn't have to, you know, hear it. I didn't have to shake it up to figure out that this is bad. Those are the old ones. I think one of them's still good, but I'm not gonna keep them. I don't know, whatever. The new ones, they fit right what the other ones did, the same holes. Now I did tighten these to where it's got a better solid connection. These two, this, I think this goes to my switches, and this is the positive on the battery. And now I'm just waiting for the motor to come in to install the motor back up, and then the wire off the motor goes to here, and this is the wire off the motor. So all right, here's the new motor, and this is the old one. And this right here looks like a little washer, right, and it was burnt up and it fell off. Let's see, there's no coming back from this. I opened this up from the inside, and everything inside is burnt. It's got this smell that I can't explain, but it won't go away. If you touch it with your finger like I just did now, it's gonna be on me for the rest of the day, even after I wash my hands. So whatever is in there, man. Anyways, before this I had that seal leak, so the fluid was getting into the pump, not the motor. The fluid was going from the pump to the motor, and it was leaking out of these little holes. So it was kind of sogged up in hydraulic fluid / transmission fluid. And then after I fixed the seal, this happened about, you know, a month later. So trying to put this guy back on. I gotta take these screws out, and then there's these two long bolts that connect it, and that's it. That's all it is. So let's do it. Hooked up, and I'm nervous. Everything's hooked up. Let me check again. Let me double check. Okay, got that hooked up. That hooked up. See if it's tight. It's tight. Tight. That's on there. New pump, new motor. This is on there. New negatives. Tight. Ay, Dios mío. Moment of truth, huh? Well, we hitting switches again. Okie dokie.